installers. And I just want to make sure we ensure everybody's safety. I encourage the public, if they are using the piers, to let me know of any concerns, and I'd be more than happy to respond. We have installed those cross brackets, and I think they've been a wonderful addition. And again, I think the guys that worked on that pier had to figure that out and move quickly. And I thought they did a really excellent job in terms of getting the deadline, and the installers are getting the lifts in. If anybody held the process up a little bit, it was me releasing the lifts on time and the installers, but we did it on the date that we had the service agreement with the installers for the lift. So there was no delay there. Working first, towards the first meeting, we're working on an MOU, Kevin. I'll be running that by you prior to putting it in front of the farmers market and the town. The MOU needs to be, we don't have an MOU agreement with them drafted currently. We want to make sure we clarify obligations and responsibilities in our relationship with the farmers market, as they add so much to our community. But at the same time, we need to make sure that our issues don't arise down the line from a misinterpretation or a lack of communication, especially in terms of what vendors and how the hours of operation. So we're going to work that out, and hopefully we have that in front of you by June. Kevin, I'll have that to you earlier than that. Second round of edits of the employee handbook are in Kathy's hand with new focus. It really is nice to have that resource, and done a wonderful job. And I think we should be able to have that second edits back into print and back into our hands here within the next week or so. At that point, following Kathy's recommendation, whatever it may be, but I anticipate we'll be giving that to Kevin to vet and take a look at, anticipate any things that we haven't saw. And then we're going to sit down with our departments and our department head and make sure that we go over that employee handbook to get their perspective as well. We want to make sure it's representative and that we don't have any issues moving forward. Last thing is, just as a kind reminder, we're over 550, I believe, in golf cart permit. And I just want to send it out in the public. If you haven't been on the webpage, the town manager's note, I've tried to keep about a 2-day cycle of communication with people to reach out, make sure we get some updates. I think Carrie brought it up tonight. We're always increasing our ability to try to reach out to the public. And there are things I miss. I will not be defensive. I always own that. But we're trying to do a better job of communicating constantly. The driving of golf carts, it is not a privilege. It is something that we are extending to you. I think it's not something you're entitled to. It's a privilege. There we go. Thank you, Karen, giving me that look. Strike that, reverse it. It's not something that's an entitlement. And I encourage people to remember that. Staying off the state highways, children under 36 inches are not to be on there. You need to be a licensed driver, and you will be held accountable if you are. One of the common mistakes that people make, and these are innocent assumptions, is I don't know how many times, I bet you 35 to 40 times already this year, people drive an expired golf cart permit up to get the new golf cart without thinking. It's an innocent mistake, right? It's just one of those things that you've got to remind yourself that there are regulations that are guiding you on this, because most people think golf cart, let's get out on a golf cart and have fun and get out on the golf course, right? Well, you're on streets in town. We need you to follow the regulations on those. I just want to encourage safety at all times. That's, I believe, all it for me tonight. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Ms. Heim, your report.
A couple of claims over 2,500 for your approval. All right, Dustin's Place for 18,000. Out of Riverboat, we discussed that earlier. Culver Youth Club 2,500 out of Riverboat. That was budgeted and approved earlier. Culver and Lake Maxon Cookie Visitor Center 7,500. That's the second quarter payment for the year-long commitment. And then Lockmuller Group $9,171.22. And that comes out of the street department and the gift fund, because that is the construction inspection for the NDOT projects. And it is a 75-25 reimbursement from NDOT. So I just have those 4 items.
Motion to approve claims over 2,500. Mr. Shardy moves to approve claims over 2,500. Second. Chair seconds.
Yeah.
No, I'm out. I can't. It was at the visitor center.
Yeah.
So
I'll second since I no longer sit on the CYC board.
Motion in 2 seconds. All right. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The only other
Or
thing
abstains.
the only other thing I have is an invoice from Culver Equities. This is all part of the DUTE project, the Ready Grant process. I believe you already approved the Ready Grant invoice, and this money would come out of the construction reimbursement account and be paid to Culver Equities. There's a whole process, and I will try to get you information on that before the next meeting after I onboard the 30 new summer employees. But this is for reimbursement request number 6 from the construction and reimbursement account. And that's for progress billings paid to the Dunes Housing Project Development. And that is $137,000.
A motion to approve.
Aye.
And that's all I have tonight.
All right, thank you. Anchorsley.
I don't have anything to report. I wouldn't mind discussing the attorney report being on the agenda only because I'm not opposed to making public statements on behalf of the board. But reporting to the public is not something I do. Everybody else has, the public that is here. I represent the board through the statutory right to have counsel. I don't report to the public. Nothing I say to you, nothing I write to you is public record or even discovered through the public access law. So having an attorney report at a public meeting is, in my opinion, a bad idea. I'm happy to, if there's something that needs to be addressed to the public, addressing it. Certainly the public can rely on my statements I make here as the legal opinion I'm giving the board. But typically our communications are confidential. That's just the inherent nature of having an attorney. So I don't really want to report at your meetings to the public on ongoing litigation or anything like that. So that's my 2 cents. No, that's it.
Mr. Croy, do you have any council issues?
Nope, just want to congratulate the class of 2025. Graduate tomorrow. Other than that,
Ms. Monroe?
I want to congratulate Justin for getting through 2025 with the class.
we still got another week after they graduate, so
Don't be so sure.
Oh, and thank you for your work on the tree commission. This could be a really neat year with the intern involved, et cetera. So appreciate that you guys keep coming back to help us with trees.
Trees, sidewalks don't provide access.
Yeah, it's not like tree.
Appreciate that.
Sally, you have anything?
I have nothing other than thank you for being on the tree commission.
I have nothing other to echo what Ms. Monroe and Mr. Ferry said about the tree commission. So entertain a motion to adjourn. Been moved by Mr. Monroe to adjourn in a second. Second by Mr. Croy. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Or adjourn.